How's it going, folks? Bit of a different clip today. Yesterday we lost Chicken Little. She pretty much died in her little dust bath area. She was feeding happily with Blackie in the morning on mangoes, and then by around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon she'd passed. So I've dug a bit of a hole for her, and she's down over the back there. She's pretty much still working for us, enriching the soil where some bananas are going to be going in about 12 or 18 months time. So the chooks, we pretty much all started off with the 3 originals. There was Needy, Greedy and Chicken Little. We bought them all as a couple of day old chicks, and we hand raised them from there, and their names really did suit them. Needy, she loved a scratch and a pat. She was a great little chook. Greedy, she was the queen of the roost and always liked to be the first at the tucker table. And then there was Chicken Little, who was the runt, and strangely enough outlived her 2 sisters. So that leaves us just now with Blackie. So Blackie, I'm not going to leave her by her lonesome. She's going over to my sister's place. My sister's just building up her flock again. She's already got 3, so Blackie will make a 4th, and I'll take some of the feed bins around and leftover feed and whatnot, and they can have them as well. So I just really don't think leaving a single bird by themselves is very good. Chickens really do like to be in a group. So the chicken coop's going to be coming out. I'm going to be packing it all away, and it will be rebuilt when the garden gets redesigned. It's all depending on when the house gets renovated, but hopefully I can do little bits right down the back here straight away. And this little chicken area is the first place I want us to get working on. So I'll just run through a couple of the plans that I've got for this little area. So here's Blackie. Hey Blackie. Yeah, she's a little bit lonely. Every time she's heard me come out the back so far today, she's run up to the fence, and yeah, I've come down and given her a bit of a scratch. It'll only be 24 hours since she lost her mate to when she goes to a new home, so it's no real big stress. Hey Blackie. Might actually give her a little treat. I picked this one. I'm a sucker, I know. She can have the strawberry. So this area here underneath the mango tree has got pretty much all about 6-7 years worth of chicken scratchings. I have taken quite a few barrow loads out, but what's accumulated down in the bottom layers of soil there is going to be very rich. So what I've decided to do is wood chip this whole area and leave it for about 12 to 18 months and let the wood chips break down a bit, and then plant out a couple of understory trees. I've got a coffee tree I'd like to plant out in here, and a pepper vine as well. And this area down here, once the chicken pen is all relocated, I'm pulling it down and storing it to begin with, but once it's all been moved, yeah, this is pretty much all going to be my beekeeping area, and also trying to start up a couple of mushroom logs. So hopefully there'll be a nice dense canopy down here. It'll stay a little bit cooler than other places in the yard, and we can get a couple of mushroom logs set up. The chicken pen itself is pretty much all made up of old school fences and also old school gates we got off a friend. Thanks Mark and Maureen. So all these panels, they're pretty much all just wired on into some of this gyprock framing. This is the C channel that they use to screw gyprock to in buildings. This actually came out of a demolished building in Brisbane CBD. So all this stuff will just be flat packed basically, stuck somewhere, and then I can rebuild it pretty much all the same when we have everything where it needs to be. I'll take the feeder around to my sister's place. I will be keeping the little greens feeder cover though. I'll be keeping that, and I think I'll be keeping these nipples, these nipple drippers as well. I'm going to give them a good clean out with some peroxide, and then yeah, I'll just store them as well. So everything here is pretty much nothing will be thrown in the bin. Everything will be saved. As you can see here, there's a lot of soil that's been built by throwing in lawn clippings and the like, and so much so that it's actually standing around about 3/4 of a foot higher than the floor of the chicken pen itself. What I'll be doing is pretty much raking all this down and then putting a whole heap of wood chips down here. So at the back here we have a turmeric and galangal bed. That's just a wicking IBC bed. It's one of our best beds, very low maintenance. We throw wood chips on top with horse manure and it looks after itself. Nice wall of turmeric there, and I assure you there is some galangal over the back. This barrel here is just a defunct barrel. It did have a passion fruit vine in it, but I just couldn't keep the water up to it. So at the moment there's a whole heap of yellow currant tomatoes that have fallen in there, so I dare say it'll erupt into a lot of tomato seedlings after our last lot of rain. And in this IBC see here, I have some galangal. They've done really well. I've got a couple of stands of them around the place, but since I've been feeding this bed up with some compost, these guys have really taken off. I need to top up the bed again with a bit more compost, so that's on the jobbies list somewhere. But anyway, these beds along, yeah, there's also some Okinawan spinach and some chook or sweet leaf in here as well. These guys here are pretty much all going to stay, the two beds for the time being, and I'll just work around them. But eventually these guys will be coming out and being either moved somewhere else in the yard, or I might decommission them and give them to someone else. Over here, this is actually where Chicken Little is. This is my little weedy grassy area. There's some comfrey down there. This area here will end up being covered with wood chips as well, all the way over to these garden beds. There's a Warrigal green spinach bed, or New Zealand spinach bed, and a Queensland arrowroot and amaranth IBC as well. So yeah, pretty much all trying to get as much wood chip on the ground here so I can smother these weeds. So anyway, there's a bit of a roundup on what's going on with the chooks. Hey Blackie, we'll get her all boxed up and we'll be popping her in a little box so she doesn't stress out too much on the ride, and yeah, we'll drop her over to Gina's place soon. But yeah, I thought I'd give you just a little bit of an update on the chickens. A lot of people ask, and I know some people are going to be a little bit disappointed we're not going to get more chickens, but I just don't see any point in getting more chickens in here for the time being. I'd rather spend the next 12 months improving the soil and getting it ready for the dwarf coffee and hopefully dwarf macadamia and a few other bits and pieces. So that's the plan. It will be sad not having my little friends to cluck to when I come down and work out in the backyard, but you know, we'll have to train the fish to talk back, I think. So there you go, folks. There's a little bit of an update on what's going on with the chooks at the moment. I really do think it is, you know, best for Blackie for her to move over to my sister's place. They really are a flock animal and one by themselves. I don't really have the time to be sociable with her all the time, and yeah, I think the other flock will do her good as soon as they work out their pecking order and whatnot. The girls were understandably upset yesterday. I mean, the three of them, I mean the four of us, we all hand raised them from little chicks in an old lorikeet cage I built and laid on its side in the backyard. So yeah, they are, you know, understandably upset, but they also do understand that this is just part of keeping animals. They will die eventually, and yeah, you just have to be realistic about it. They were great birds, gave us loads of eggs, so I can't really complain in that respect. They were well loved, they were played with, they're very sociable animals, and just a real ball to be around. Anyone who's had chickens will understand what I mean. They've all got their own little personalities, so I actually had a favourite. It was Needy, but you know, you get that. Yeah, the chicken pen, don't hold your breath, folks. Like I said, it will be a way down the track before I get it set up. But if you need a chicken fix in the meantime, we've got the other videos that you can suss out and see, you know, just how we've built different bits and pieces. I don't have any on the pen. That was pre-YouTube days, so I will be filming one when the new one goes up. So if you do enjoy these sorts of clips, feel free to subscribe too, by the way, folks. You can click a little box and you'll get a notification email every time we upload a clip on our small little backyard farm. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit happier than this one. So I will pretty much will leave it there. I normally say I hope you've enjoyed the clip, but I hope you've enjoyed looking at my plans for the future. And yeah, I suppose I better make a move. Hope everyone's well and happy, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers, folks. So I'm just going to let Blackie out here. This is their girl's night pen. I'm going to say goodbye, one last goodbye. No, she's not. I'll just pop her out in there. Totally new home. She's a little bit stressed. Probably needs a good drink. Oh, but there's food. Gotta be happy with that. So, see what she does. There's other chooks out there. You can go play. Hey, look. There's another chook. Might just close the door and let them make friends, I think. One last bye-bye for the road. Hey, Chook Chook. Yeah, bye bye.